So hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about the last portion of the phenol part. According to a textbook, there are many other topics which are given in some other book which are also important for the competition exam. This also I will do it in the next class, and then I will move to the physical properties of phenol. Okay, and 2-3 mechanisms are there. So nearly 2 to 3 class more, 2 to 3 class maximum. So 2 to 3 class more will be taken up by for the phenol, and then I will jump to the ether. Ether is a very small portion. So I hope within a next week or within a next not coming Friday Saturday, within next Friday Saturday this chapter will get over, and after that I will move towards the amine. Okay. So today I am going to discuss about the certain remaining chemical reactions of phenol. So in that first you make a note, halogenation of phenol. This is very important. Halogenation of phenol. Clear? Now if you take phenol, okay, and you do the halogenation, means here you are using bromine water, okay, but if it is written bromine water and below it if it is written CH2 or if it is written CHCl3, these are written, then you understand that the compound, the product will be ortho and para. This is very important. If there is a phenol, along with the phenol they have written bromine water and CH2 and CHCl3. If this is written, this is very important. If this is written CH2 and CHCl3 along with bromine water, then the compound product will be formed is ortho and para. So how? See here, what will happen here? And you know they will form ortho para. Why? Because the negative sign is seen on the ortho and para. That's why upcoming group will attach on ortho para. So what will happen? You know, this bromine, I will show the mechanism. So out of this one bromine will attach here or here. So when one bromine is attaching here, so one H will come out. Yes or no? Out of two bromine, one bromine will attach here, so one H has to come out. When one H has to come out, so one H will react with this Br to form what? HBr. And here also electrophilic substitution reaction only will occur. So bromine is a negative. How the negative will go with the electrophilic? I will show you. Okay. So here also I am doing the electrophilic substitution reaction of phenol only. So here OH and here will come Br, or it will come on here. OH, Br. What is the name? Either it will be prepared O-bromophenol or you will get P-bromophenol. Clear? This part. If Br2 water is written, along with Br2 water CH2 or CHCl3 is written, then bromination will occur on ortho and para only. Okay, out of this Br, out of 2 Br, 1 Br will come on here, either on ortho position or on para position. So when it will get attached, so this bond cannot break. Last class also I told you why here electrophilic substitution is occurring, because it is stable. So one H has to come. So one H will come here, one there is Br, because out of 2 Br only 1 Br will come here. So one H will go, so remaining Br will react with that H and forms your HBr, and here there will be electrophilic substitution reaction. So for electrophilic substitution reaction we should require an electrophile. So out of this bromine, who will act as an electrophile? I will explain in the reaction mechanism. So do not worry about it. Okay. Now see here. If this was the first case in the halogenation of bromination. Second case, if there is a phenol and here just they have written bromine water, just they have written only bromine water. This they have not written CH2 or CHCl3 if it is not written, only just bromine or bromine water is written. If it is only bromine, it depends on this. If CH2, CHCl3 it is written, ortho and para will be generated. If CH2 and CHCl3 is not written, then you will get a product is 2,4,6-tribromophenol. This you have to understand. This is very important. Number of students commit a mistake here. This you have to remember. Clear? This is known as a what? Here position is 1. So this position will be 2, position will be 3, 4, 5 and 6. So it will return be here what? 2, 4, 6 tribromo phenol. 2, 4, 6 tribromo phenol. Understood the differentiation? If there is a bromine water and CH2CHCl3, then one ortho and para will be formed separately. And here also ortho and para also see, and here one thing more, who will be the major and minor? So see here O and P will see. Can we make here a hydrogen bonding between these two? No. So there is no hydrogen bonding present between the Br and OH. So ortho is minor and P will be major. So now what can be the reason when here OH and Br cannot form the hydrogen bonding? So there will be a electron repulsion between the electron cloud of Br and electron cloud of OH. So there will be electron repulsion. Yes or no? So due to this repulsion, this will become unstable, but the Br is very far away from OH. So there is less repulsion. So when less repulsion, more stability. So here P bromophenol will be major. So in short, last class I have told you one shortcut. If there is a capability of formation of a hydrogen bonding with the electrophile present at ortho position, then ortho will be stable, ortho will be major. If there is not possibility of formation of hydrogen bonding with the electrophile present in the ortho position, so para will be major. Clear this part? Clear? Because of steric hindrance, no? Here there is a bromine, here there is OH. So when there is no formation of hydrogen bonding, so here hydrogen bonding is not possible. So there will be a steric hindrance between OH and Br. So due to steric hindrance, this become unstable. So this will be minor. Now here OH and Br. So Br is very far away from the OH. See this. Okay, so steric hindrance reduce. When steric hindrance reduce, stability increase. So P bromophenol will be major. Clear? So this you have to understand. This is very important. If bromination of phenol, if only bromine water is written, then we will get 2,4,6 tribromophenol. If bromine water along with bromine water CH2 and CHCl3 is written, then you will obtain ortho-bromophenol and P-bromophenol. Out of O-bromophenol and P-bromophenol, who will be major? P-bromophenol will be major due to less steric hindrance, or you can write down the symmetry. Yes or no? Why O-bromophenol will be less stable? Why it will be containing minor compound? Because there is no presence of hydrogen bonding between OH and Br. So the steric hindrance will increase, and steric hindrance increase, so O-bromophenol will be minor compound because it becomes unstable. Clear? Clear this part? Okay. So take a screenshot. Now we will go with the mechanism. So write down the mechanism. Okay. Mechanism of the bromination. Okay. OH 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. First, this H plus will be removed. Here H plus is removed. So here O and minus charge will come here. There were two lone pair, one lone pair will come extra. Now what will happen? Resonance will take place. So this lone pair shift here. When new bond is formed, this old bond has to break. Okay. Now if I want to see ortho, so just you see here only. Just you show, if I want to show the mechanism for ortho, then go with this step. But if I want to show the mechanism of the para, then one more step you follow. Then here minus will come and then you show the mechanism. Either you can show the mechanism with ortho, then you continue to start here. Start to show the mechanism from here itself. If you want to show the mechanism with para, then follow one more step. What you do? You shift this bond here, so this bond will break and comes here. So one more extra step is followed, but I am showing the mechanism with ortho only, and you also show the mechanism with ortho. But sometime if question comes with para, follow one more advanced step. Okay. Now what will happen? See here now. This is the bromine. So Br2 can write like this: Br 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now what happens? This bond will get shift either on this Br or on this Br. This bond will get shift either on this Br or on this Br. So see, I am doing here, this bond gets shift on this Br. So one who gains the electron creates minus charge. So this is a bond. This bond is shifting on this Br. Means this bond contain electrons. So these electrons are gained by this Br. So when these electrons are gained by this Br, so this Br will have a negative charge. So this Br is giving the electron. So this Br will have a positive charge. So this is the electrophile generated. Understood? Out of these two Br, one Br will gain the bond. So I am giving the bond to this Br. So this whole bond is shifted to this Br. When this whole bond is shifted to this Br, so this Br will gain the electron. Means this Br is giving the electron. So one who gives the electron creates positive charge and one who gains the electron creates negative charge. So there will be one electrophile and one nucleophile. Now this is a negative charge. So here who will attack? Electrophile will attack. So when here electrophile attacks here, so there is one, so what will happen, see here now. Okay, so this Br will come here. Now here aromaticity has gone, yes or no? So we know that aromaticity going is not possible because this bond is highly stable. So you have to gain back the aromaticity. So who will help who will help to get the back aromaticity? This ortho containing hydrogen. So this hydrogen, you know this, okay? So this hydrogen bond will get shift here back to get the aromaticity back. So your new bond is formed, so this old bond will be broken and this H will be removed as H plus and this H will be removed as what? H plus. So there is an H plus here and there is a Br minus here. So what the generation will take place? HBr. Now see here. Here Br plus joined to remove H plus. Here Br plus has attached to this ortho position to remove H plus. Means Br plus is attaching to remove H plus. See, when Br is attached here, then only H plus is removing. So Br plus is attaching to remove the H plus. Means a electrophile is attaching to remove an electrophile. So what it is actually substituting? Electrophilic substitution reaction. That's why I told you the reaction is an example of electrophilic substitution reaction. This Br plus is an electrophile. So here electrophile is attaching. So one new electrophile is removing as H plus. For Br minus, so HBr is formed. So electrophile is attached to remove electrophile. So in short, this electrophile is substituted by electrophiles. That's why I am telling you that this is an electrophilic substitution reaction. So H plus will be removed and form a what? HBr. So your aromaticity will gain back. So what the change will occur, we will see. See, this bond has gained back here. So here bond is formed. New bond is formed, so old bond will break. So here O again will gain minus electron and remaining is what? Here this bond and here Br. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we know very easily what we do. We will do the acidification. When we do the acidification, see this H plus contain how many electron? 0 electron. If you want to make a bond with this oxygen, he has to gain 2 electron. So oxygen is having the extra electron. So this oxygen out of 3 lone pair, 1 lone pair will be donated to this H plus. So what will be formed? It will formed Br and here OH. This is nothing but O bromophenol. If you want to show the mechanism with P bromophenol, follow one more step and show the P. Understood? So who is the electrophile acting here? Br plus is acting the electrophile here. I understood how the Br plus is formed. If you shift this bond here, so this will be Br minus and this will be Br plus. So that Br plus will attach here. So Br plus is attaching to remove H plus. In short, a electrophile is attached to remove an electrophile. In short, a electrophile is substituted. Yes or no? This is only substituted because plus charge is substituted to plus charge. So Br plus is attaching to remove H plus. So this type of a reaction we say as a electrophilic substitution reaction. And here nucleophile substitution reaction is not possible because I told you, because there are two reasons. Pi electron rich compound and this bond is highly stable and showing the plus R effect, due to which this bond is highly stable. So that's why I have to gain the aromaticity back. And who will help to gain the aromaticity? This hydrogen, ortho position hydrogen. If I would have shown the mechanism with the para position, then who will help to gain the aromaticity back? This para position hydrogen will help to get the aromaticity back. So para hydrogen plus will be removed as H plus. Clear this part? Take a screenshot. Then I will move to the next topic. So next topic a very small topic, that is sulfonation and reduction of phenol and oxidation. Clear? Taken screenshot? Okay. So make a heading now, sulfonation. Okay, again here OH will come. Okay, and I am reacting with sulfonation. Sulfonation who will have H2SO4. Okay, and you know OH will form two type of a compound, ortho and para. Now see how. In sulfonation, how we have to see who is the electrophile. First you have to identify who is the electrophile. So see this H2SO4, it is written in this way, OH, SO3H. Okay, if you break it this will get minus because it is an oxygen more electronegative element. So this portion will contain minus and this portion will contain plus. So H2SO4 will generate a electrophile known as SO3H. It will generate what? SO3H plus. This is the electrophile generated by H2SO4. So this SO3H will attack on this H, on this ortho position, on para position. So when SO3H is attacking on ortho position, so here H should be removed. So that H and that OH will form what? H2O. Clear? So if it attacks here or if it attacks here, because ortho and para both the product will be formed. So if SO3H plus attacks here, so H has to remove. So H will remove as H plus. So that is an OH minus. So what will form? H2O will be the product, byproduct. Or if SO3H plus attacks here, so here SO3H plus is attacking, so H plus is removing. So see, electrophile is attached to remove an electrophile. So this is an example of electrophilic substitution reaction. Clear this part? Okay, so how H2O is forming, understanding? So what you will get? You will get two product OH, here SO3H plus OH, SO3H. 2-hydroxy, sorry. 2-hydroxybenzene, O-hydroxybenzene sulfonic acid, P-hydroxybenzene sulfonic acid. Ortho and para will be generated. Again on sulfonation, further sulfonation, what you will get? You will get the mixture. SO3 disulfonic acid you will get. Clear? So on further sulfonation, you will get this mixture. Okay, on further sulfonation. Now it's very important, please check it out. If I do the nitration at this step with concentrated nitric acid, if I do the nitration at this step, what will happen? You know, I'll get the picric acid. I'll get what? Picric acid. Okay, so this is the one method to prepare the picric acid from the sulfonic acids. Last class we have seen the formation of a picric acid by using the nitration. Okay, nitration, nitrophenol and P-nitrophenol, 2,4-dinitrophenol, and then we obtain the picric acid. But this is also one method to obtain the picric acid from this sulfonation. Okay, so what is the use of this? Picric acid formed by sulfonation method or by this technique will have a maximum yield. Will have a what? Maximum yield. This is very important, a simple shortcut story you have to remember. Okay, so the picric acid, this is nothing but 2,4,6-trinitrophenol, or we can say as a picric acid. So the picric acid can be formed by using the nitration also. Last class we have seen, and picric acid can be formed by this method also using the sulfonation technique. But the question is, whenever the picric acid is formed using the sulfonation technique, will have the maximum yield than the nitration. Clear? So this is useful reaction for the picric acid rather than the nitration, because picric acid formed by this technique of sulfonation will have the maximum yield rather than the nitration of phenol. To understand this is very important. So this can be asked. Okay, in your NCERT this reaction they are not be given, they have given one sentence. So what is the another method to prepare the picric acid by sulfonic acid, give the reaction and what is the yield. So picric acid formed by the technique of a sulfonation will have a maximum yield rather than nitration of phenol. Clear? Write on this. Okay. Then man, take a screenshot, understand. Okay, search in your NCERT textbook, you will understand. In NCERT textbook they have given and they have asked to do this reaction, okay, as a question mark, and they have told what is the role or what is the advantage of preparing the picric acid by this method. So advantage of preparing the picric acid by this method is picric acid will give the maximum yield by using this method rather than the nitration of phenol. Clear? Okay. So next I will go to the understood who will act as electrophile. So this is also an electrophilic substitution reaction example. SO3H plus is an electrophile. So their electrophile is attaching, H plus is removing. I am not showing the mechanism because it has not been asked. The mechanism is similar as the bromination. Okay, but you understand who is the, just to understand who is the electrophile, SO3H plus. So their SO3H plus is attaching to remove an H plus. So electrophile is substituted. So it is an example of electrophilic substitution reaction. Next you can add on reduction of phenol. Just you remember the reaction enough. Reduction of phenol. You take phenol and reduction means what beta? Reduction means adding of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. That is only the reduction, no? Oxidation means adding of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. So reduction means what? Adding of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. So I will follow that definition, removal of oxygen. So who will help us to remove the oxygen? So here the reagent is zinc dust. Who will help us? Zinc dust. This zinc will react with this oxygen to remove and form ZNO. And remaining is what here? Okay, so this place will be empty, H will be inside here, CH2, 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 CH2. This is something but what? Benzene. So see, there is a removal of oxygen, yes or no? ZNO. When you go from reactant to product, removal of oxygen is known as a what? Reduction. So see, reduction occurs. So reduction of phenol, reduction of phenol will yield us what? Benzene. Clear? Next we will see oxidation of phenol, and this I have explained also. No, sorry. Oxidation of alcohol we have done, no? Na2Cr2O7, H2Cr4. One thing I forgot to tell you. See, in oxidation of alcohol we are taking one reagent, Na2Cr2O7 and H2SO4. From that we have generated H2Cr4 dichromic acid. So that Na2Cr2O7 plus H2SO4 is known as a Jones reagent. Please remember, I forgot to tell you. See, in oxidation of alcohol, see the previous video, somewhere you will see this. Whenever I explained somewhere oxidation of alcohol, in first aldehyde was preparing ketone. I don't know, you can see the previous videos. So when you see that reagent used during the oxidation of alcohol, so reagent were Na2Cr2O7 and H2SO4. So that combo, Na2Cr2O7 and H2SO4, that combo is known as a Jones reagent. Which reagent? Jones reagent. Jones. John Abraham not, Jones reagent. Okay. Jones reagent. Okay, so Na2Cr2O7, I forgot to tell you, please remember this, make a note here, H2SO4, and this reagent is used in a oxidation especially. I was using KMnO4 also, but this also I have used, no? Then I prepared the chromic acid, here I have done, on this portion I have done, okay. So here also I will use this Jones reagent only. If I take, you have to remember this, okay, oxidation of phenol. And if I take the Jones reagent, that is Na2Cr2O7 in a combo with H2SO4. Okay. So now see, what do you mean by oxidation? Adding of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. So see, what the product you will get the benzoquinone. This you have to remember. You have to mug it up. Okay. This is nothing but your benzoquinone. Mug it up. Directly I am telling, no mechanism, nothing. Okay. This is something but your benzoquinone. So reduction of phenol will yield you benzene and oxidation of phenol will yield you benzoquinone. Both the things should be mug it up and you remember. Yes, there is one logic here, but here there is a very long mechanism. Never it has been asked in the exam. They are asking just for 1 mark or just for 2 marks. Maximum not 2 mark also, 1 mark only they will ask you. Just remember that the oxidation of phenol will yield you benzene. Sorry, reduction of phenol will yield you benzene and oxidation of phenol will yield you a benzoquinone, and this is the formula for benzoquinone. Quinone means it is a ketone, so this is C double bond O and C double bond O. C double bond O means what? Ketone. So on. Quinone means this is a quinone, benzoquinone. Okay. So reduction will yield you phenol. Sorry, reduction of phenol will yield you benzene, and who will help us? Zinc dust. And oxidation of phenol will yield you benzoquinone. Who will help us? Jones reagent. What is meant by Jones reagent? Na2Cr2O7 and H2SO4. This combo is known as a Jones reagent. So that's it. Here your chemical reactions of phenol are over. of a textbook. There are certain other chemical reaction of phenol which are not relevant to your textbook, but they are very important for your competition exams. In the next class I will tell you. In the next class I will do it 2-3 more classes or for the phenol, then I will wind up the phenol, then ether. So within next week, probably with the God grace, I will complete the ether. Study well. If you have any doubt, please comment me on my YouTube channel. You have to comment. If you don't feel good, if lecture is not good, give the bad comment. If lecture is good, give the good comment, but at least you comment. Okay, I am teaching how, I am teaching. If I am commit any mistake, you tell my mistake, I don't care, so that I will improve myself, and when I will improve, your education also will be improved. So if you have any doubt in any part of the topic which I am teaching you, please comment me, please ask me. Thank you.